Part 3 of my quest of doing all of the dance factions, the beast tribes in Heaven's Ward. So I can get this done. Next up is the Vath, which these are coming out sequentially, but I'm doing them in parallel, as you can see. Kia. Good luck trying to piece the timeline together here. I'm already friendly with the Vanu and recognized with the Mughals, so I'm trying to get them all started. I don't know, maybe one day I'll do every beast tribe, go back to the vanilla ones or something. Can't do that many at the time because they like all share one daily quest log thing. But once again, I have unlocked flying. So at this point, I've unlocked flying in the 3 beast tribe faction locations. I'll get the other ones done at some point. It doesn't take that long. There's a website called Heaven's Where, which helps you find it pretty quickly. It has the current sorted in order, so you can find out pretty easily which one you're missing by just looking at, like, oh, it looks like I'm missing the 5th one, then you check the 5th one. The quests don't seem to be in order, unfortunately. That's annoying. Why wouldn't they put those in order if the other ones are in order? But the quests are all named. And ultimately, if you just look around on the map, you just check the 5 names for the ones in your region, and then look for plus signs, and if they share the name, then they're that. And most of the plus signs are the Aether Currents, because all the other important plus signs in this game are normally in your cities and your towns and whatnot. They're not usually out in the actual maps, so those are probably just the ones that unlock flying. And then if you're not sure, of course, you just go to it, and it'll tell you in the rewards preemptively before you accept it whether an Aether Current is the reward. Admittedly, a bit of a pain in the ass to go to all of them and be wrong when you don't have flying yet, because you have to do it on foot. The naming of Vath.
Great Hunter, we are honored that you have returned to our humble hive. There is something which weighs heavy on our mind, very heavy. We have a newcomer to Loth Ast Vath. He has not yet proved himself useful, and so he has no name. So determined is he to find his place, that he has left the sanctuary to forage in forest to the east. He has not returned. It has been difficult of late, very difficult. We have grown hungry, and food remains scarce. The One Mind has seen to that. The Nameless One means well, but he is highly curious with his newfound senses. This makes him vulnerable. The forest is the domain of the hunters, and his intention may be misunderstood, for men have not means to tell Vath from Nath at a glance. Will you not lend us your assistance in finding him? Will you travel to hunters at the east and ask if they have seen him? Yeah, you guys should probably get like some signage processing down. Kind hunter, generous hunter, you have our gratitude. Please make haste, so that the weight of our mind can be lifted. Wow, 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 now I can fly. Always get that unlocked first before starting these processes. Yeah, it's funny, I have to like change my workflow a little bit for this to figure things out. I pretty much just have one Vegas project for all of my Let's Plays, and I just throw everything into that Vegas project the day that I record it, and then try to get it edited over the next day or two and rendered overnight at some point, and just kind of try to clear it as rapidly as possible to take on the next projects. And so keeping it all in one place helps me keep track of my workflow. But all these videos would just clog that up because I'm like getting the videos now and doing them later. So I made an entirely new Final Fantasy XIV only side quest Vegas file where I'm dragging everything into the timeline from all of these like 4 or 5 parallel videos that I'm working on simultaneously. And I'm just slowly, like, each clip, I just edit it and then put at the end of whatever video it belongs at the end of, and I just keep adding them to the end until eventually I'm like, yep, this video is actually done. Which could be a month later after it was started. So it's interesting working on it differently like that. So I guess we're interrogating what it means to be a Vath, and that they all are named after their roles and their value to the hive. So when somebody doesn't have that, what do they do? Which you could mine for a lot as a character arc. And you can go either way, where they finally find their true calling, or you can have the thing where he already got captured, didn't he? Or you could have the thing where like it's like maybe it's time to rethink the way that this society works if everyone has to fit perfectly into a slot, which is like very relatable to a lot of people these days for sure.
Yes, we are the Nameless One. Have you been sent by the storyteller? Tell your hunter friend to release me at once. We are not of the One Mind. We are Vath.
I don't care if he's a two-headed bandersnatch. He isn't going anywhere. I'm detaining him for stealing our resources. Oh yeah, you shouldn't do that. It's a bad idea. I encountered bandersnatches while I was getting my flying. They're neat. They look like foo tigers or something. They're all like the curly hair and all that. Normally, I'd say we're more lenient than the Nath in terms of territory, so long as they don't hunt in excess or attack us. But then this overgrown vilekin comes and gobbles up all the gisho greens we laid in our traps. Enough bait to keep a drove of chocobos sated for days, gone, with nothing to show for it.
So hungry we were, we could not help ourselves. Unable to hunt, unable to forage, we are no different from a parasite. If only we could find a way to release ourselves from this pitiful way of life.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, if you insist. No, 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 no.
You must understand, spare us our life, it is all we have.
Aye, spare it we will. Stop tormenting the poor creature, Grimold. He doesn't know any better. We ain't savages, but we ain't charitable either. You'll have to pay us back for the greens you ate. And seeing as you don't have anything on you of value, it looks like you'll have to work off your debt. I guess they're just gonna work here, huh? That's kind of fitting. Last I checked, we're running a mite low on arrow shafts. Harvest me some melia branches and we'll call it square, eh?
Very well. Release us and we shall do as you say.
Of course I ain't fool enough to let him go off alone. I'd ask that you see to it that the beastman don't flee from his debt. And if he does, I'll have every hunter from here in 100 throws after him for thievery, understand? I just happen to be here. That was it's like a laughing animation?
Here. Ah, we are free. Much appreciated, hunter. Now then, to the smoldering wastes.
And he gone. And that guy had a glowy fish for a mount. I wonder if he might end up joining the mercenaries or whatever that group was. I think I remember that character having a particular voice done by Andrew or something, but I don't remember what it was. The one with the animal skins and the long nails.
Well then, the storyteller must be waiting for us. We make for Vast Vath.
You must keep your word.
Yes, we know. If we flee, we will never again be able to move freely. To the non-mind, independence is all. If we take too long, the hunters will surely come after us. Kind hunter, will you help us? We will not ask you to bear the entire burden. One sapling should be enough. We will gather the rest on our own.
How many are you gathering? What is the rest? Pretty much just for me to do something. This quest requires an activity of some kind. And done. Do I fight it? Nope. Oh, there it is.
I'm like, maybe you get a sapling from killing the enemy. That's common enough. Oh. Yeah, there it is. There's a lot of funny situations where when you're doing a quest, there's a bunch of enemies around, but you don't win by fighting those enemies. You win by clicking on a purple thing, which spawns the quest enemy, which is identical to them, and that one does it. And it's like mixed feelings. Like, on one hand, immersion-wise, it's weird to like not be like, go kill these enemies that are in public. It's like summon an enemy via this magic summoning portal that is just the same enemy. But on the other hand, if you're dealing with multiplayer and other players, it means that you have a guaranteed ability to do the quest, because you can just summon your personal private enemy and get credit, as opposed to waiting for the public ones to respawn. But it does begin to be like all of the enemies that are just in the open hanging out, at some point they're just here for like, wow, the time of day changes fast. That just happened right there. At some point all these enemies are like just here for decoration and not here for like interactivity.
Have you the branch? Many thanks for this. Now let us return to the hunter's camp and be done with it.
Puck, 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 puck. They've got the little stompy staff legs with no feet. Yeah, I definitely remember Marchamp. Or Marchamp? Macechamp? I'll never really be certain about any of the names in this game, will I? Well, call me a Chocobo's uncle. I'm impressed. You've given me more than your debt called for. These branches will make for fine arrows. We've usually got to send a whole party of hunters to gather this much. What with the melees thrashing about and Nath lurking in the brush. Heh. Even with those scrawny arms and legs, you've proven yourself more useful than I thought.
We were useful?
I would say so. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back with so much. Or to come back at all, for that matter.
We too, will be honest. We thought to flee, but this hunter persuaded us to stay. But we were useful?
I said you were, didn't I? In fact, I tell you what, since you brought me more than a fortnight's worth, I'll even throw in a small reward, a sack of Gishel greens to take home to your kin.
A reward? You mean more of those tasty greens for being useful? We tried to find a way to be useful in Loth Ast Vath. We tried, but we could not find our purpose. Loth Ast Vath doesn't have a use for fighting Malanias or whatever they're called. But we hunters ain't like to turn away an extra pair of hands, beastmen or not, and we offer fair pay to adventurers willing to take on the most dangerous tasks. Ain't that right, Sev? Is this the reveal that his way of being useful turns out to be being an adventurer like me and doing those kinds of tasks? Adventurer? There are those who travel to the wilds of their own accord, risk life and limb, all for the sake of these rewards.
Oh God, he's got a taste.
Such excitement, such fortune. We want to become an adventurer.
Can't say I've come across an adventurer who requested Gishel greens as a reward, but we'd be willing to compensate for honest work. If it's food you're after, I'm sure we could arrange for some spare cuts of meat, too. Do they eat meat?
More crunchy greens and juicy flesh.
Don't say it that way.
Enough to feed our colony. We will relay this to the storyteller at once.
Is that going to become his title? His name, adventurer, maybe? What if he's named after me because they don't have a word for adventurer? How cool would that be? Like they don't know what to call that kind of role, so they name them after your character, and just everyone in their private version of the game sees a different title for that character. I might have gone too fast in a direction that the game will not follow. That's more of a That feels like more of a Night in the Woods or Undertale type of move.
Thank you, Hunter, for bringing our nameless brother back. We hope he was not a burden to you.
I mean, I just finished the fucking Moogle introduction, which was like 30 quests, and is entirely of a bunch of lazy bums not being helpful, and actively, not just not being helpful, but just actively just fucking with anyone that tries to get anything done. So, like, it's hilarious by comparison that this guy's any kind of burden.
He is no hunter, storyteller. He is an adventurer, and we are a burden no more. Look what we have brought you. What strange-looking plants, yet they have such a delightfully bitter taste. We have other good news. We have found our purpose. We will become an adventurer too. If we work hard, the hunters promised to reward us with food. Food for the colony. You mean the hunters of the east? We thought it safer to limit contact with them, but they gave you such delicious rewards. You have done well, Nameless One. With your newfound purpose, we are sure you will ease the hunger of your brothers and sisters. But trading with hunters will not solve all our woes. Much more is required for our survival. Yes, much more. Like approximately 3 daily quests per day. I said that redundant. Our colony is falling into disrepair. We need metals for our defenses. We need clay for our walls. The One Mind knows this. They seek to impoverish us. A few of our non-mind brothers tried to steal such things from the Nath. They never returned. The Overmind rages at what he sees as boldness. Even though we were mere leeches, partaking on tiny drops of their blood. Tiny drops. Even leeches do not loathe their host as much as we. It is shameful that we must still rely on the One Mind to survive. You can rely on us, storyteller. We shall travel the realm and offer our services in exchange for resources. We will bring back precious rewards from beyond.
He's got to be careful he doesn't just get shot on sight by people that don't know that there's non-hostile variants, though.
Travel the realm? You mean cross the hunter's borders to lands beyond? Nameless One, it is too dangerous. Fear not. It is what adventurers do. To explore unknown lands, meet their peoples, obtain greater rewards, strengthen the colony. You speak strongly of your purpose. Very well. Should you succeed, we can sever ourselves from the One Mind completely. We can truly become our own masters. But do not become a pest, seeking work where there is none. The hunters may take offense at your eagerness to obtain rewards. How will you know when your services are required? An adventurer's guild, a place to exchange information and gather requests from others. Nameless One. No such place exists here. If this is your solution, you must start your own.
But, well, wait, how's that even gonna work?
But I am certain you will not be alone. Some of your brothers and sisters will still want for a purpose. Seek them out.
How do you tell them all apart? They're the nameless ones.
An adventurer's guild. There is much to do, but first we will introduce you to our brothers. Come, come.
This did go in the cool direction, where his way of finding a place in the colony was to revolutionize how their colony works, and he carved out an entire place for themselves. It's like really aspirational. Like none of these buckets suit me. I will make my own bucket.
This is the stick peddler. He peddles sticks.
Yeah, I gathered. but gathering sticks, that's for a different person.
He lost his connection to the One Mind near the same time as we did. There was one other, but we do not see him. You mean the Kenai? He saw shadows fly across the colony. He was hungry, but said he would hunt the shadows east toward the river. He could not have gone far, for he fears the water, fears it much. He would not cross the river unless it was near the bridge. Wise Vath know to avoid the bridge, for ferocious dragons often lurk near it. Could it be they were shadows that the Kenai saw? Brave adventurer, could you check the bridge while we search the area for Kenai? He could be in trouble. But do not slay dragons if you see them. Dead dragons will invite reprisals. We will lend you one of our Kongamato. We have fitted it with a contraption which sprays a putrid smoke which irritates but does not wound. Yes, irritates. We got too close to it once. Most irritating. The Kongamato are unaccustomed to fleshling riders. If you fall off, talk to Stick Peddler. He will help you get back on. Now let us find the Kenai. There's like a universal thing. All these factions have a local flying mount, and maybe you unlock it at the end? It was a blast from the past doing the Vanu Vanu, because it was just like the nether rays that I encountered with the first daily quest that I did back in WoW in Burning Crusade. And I'm like, whoa, this looks so much similar to the thing I had to do dailies on back then. And I like the Moogle puffball thing is just so fucking absurd, and it makes my character look more like a cat than ever before. I'm like, oh my god. This has to be unlockable, right? Alright, so this one is... It's like a seahorse praying mantis dragonfly that makes that one sound. This looks alright. I like this mount. Neat. It does make like a didgeridoo noise though. Is that the right word? Can't hear it now though because this song started playing. I didn't know this song played on other mounts. I thought it was specific to the polar bear, but it is not. Yeah, all these mounts have one button.
It burns! I don't like this game anymore. Why'd you do this?
Oh. I feel like that might have been too much of an escalation. I feel like I just, like... I feel like maybe I was a douchebag here. Like, the, like, non-hostile, non-hostile adorable dragon little dudes just got, like, tear-gassed by... Someone was petting me. I just noticed in chat. I'm noticing that people pet me. I noticed that in town too, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is it that guy? No, it's Ziggy Sakai. Adristai. Where's Outsider Eorzea? Somebody was petting me.
He is the Kenai, so he named himself, for he never tires of discovery. He returned to the hive soon after you departed in search of Bridge. We are grateful for your assistance. We enjoy exploring the lands near the colony, but we were careless in our search for curious things. Our nameless brother tells us he will open an adventurers guild in... Oh, is that him? God, what are the other voices? Our nameless brother tells us we will open adventurers guild in Lost-Ast Vath. It was not long ago we too yearned for purpose. We will gladly join him in his mission. I kind of wish this game went into first person automatically during conversations, then actually cut to the person that's talking. It's hard to tell outside of cutscenes. Then it is decided, the Kenai will help us find many opportunities for adventure. Many opportunities. But our guild is not yet complete. We are unsure of the actual trait of adventuring. How to find things, how to fight things. We cannot do it without an experienced teacher. Kind adventurer, will you teach us your ways? Click, click, very well. You goof. Wonderful, wonderful. From now on, we shall call on you as a master of the craft. Master. Leave the construction to the guild to us. The Kenai will be on lookout for the hunter friends and may request that, and any request they may have. But there are a few adventurers who carry out tasks now. Very few. In fact, only you. We were hoping you could show us how it is done. storyteller told me he's most pleased with your deeds to our colony. Consider us friends, and from now on, let us work together for the guild. And now that we have found purpose, I shall be nameless no longer, as I long to have so deft an arm in adventuring, I shall call myself Deftarm. Stick peddler Kenai and Deftarm? That was forced a bit. That was barely comprehensible as a statement, honestly. That one wears blue. What does blue mean? The nameless one is now called Vath Deftarm, and an adventurer's guild has been constructed in Loth Ast Vath. The hunters of Tailfeather are now clients of the adventurer's guild. What? Friendly? Really? Friendly? We just skipped straight to friendly. Like, not gonna lie, I did the least for these guys. I had to do so much to get the Mughals and the Vanu, and then it was like, you're like, it was like neutral or whatever. It was the equivalent of neutral, and then you got recognized, and then you got friendly. I'm not even there yet for Mughals. Like, kind of makes those guys douchebags, doesn't it? Like, the Vanu, I established an entire colony from scratch for them, and like, I was helping them. What the fuck? Like, the Mughals are douchebags, and so I get that even after I've done too much for them, they're like, yeah, they just see me as a pain in the ass, and they're shitty people. Like, the Mughals are the worst. Like, I already thought they were creepy and off-putting, but their behavior is so much worse. You're like, these guys are just awful. So I'm not surprised that despite all my work, they'd be like, we don't even like you. But the Vanu, I was like, why didn't I start as, like, going by the words that we're calling things, why didn't I start out as friendly with the Vanu? That's weird. But with the Vath, apparently I will. It does mean I won't have a second wave of quests on my first day of dailies, though. I won't be reaching the next story milestone today, because every quest gives you 50, and the first tier is only 150. So when you first get in here, you get introduced to daily quest, you do the 3 daily quests, and then you hit the next rank, which gets you the next piece of the story, and then also gives you 3 more daily quests the same day, which is a decent little boost. But we're past that, so while it feels like I get less, I'm actually ahead. In fact, I'm ahead of the Mughals, and I'll be even more ahead when I do these 3 quests. Alright, it begins. I like these guys. It's the Vath's turn today. I think it is, right? Yeah, character. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It would be their turn even if it was only 50 rep, but you get 70 for theirs for some reason, making the math weird. But not that weird, because in this case, it would take 2 quests to get to 50 with, well... If I was getting 50 each, I probably would have capped at like 500 earlier. Or because of the earlier ones being less. I don't know, it's a weirdly fast forward rep, and you start at a higher rep anyway, so I guess... Not only is the actual story presumably shorter because there are fewer rep tiers to go through, but also you accelerate through it faster for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Great Hunter returns uninjured. We were here to blah blah blah. Why am I reading this? This is the daily quest. I'll turn in a couple of these. This one will be mostly wasted. I think I only needed 20 of its rep, so the other 50 is just gonna get thrown in the garbage, because in this game your reputation just caps out and then you can't get any more. Which kind of sucks in situations like that where you have so much extra rep. Because the first one gave me 70, which would have taken me to 490, I think. So then the last one also gave me 70, but it only used 20 of it, and then the rest gets thrown in the garbage. It seems like it took days for the sun to set when I had no purpose. Now I barely notice until the braziers are lit. Our guild is so busy. Master is so generous to help us with our clients' tasks. After the guild was constructed, we did not know where to begin, but we watched you, and we learned many things. We traded for cannons, with rewards we reaped, for our colony's defense. Although they are not new, they should work well enough. And there is a problem. We have no fire sand to use them if they are needed. I sought to find sulfur, to make our own stock, but the One Mind has claimed all the deposits for themselves, and they guard them fiercely, very fiercely. I asked Marchamp where else I could procure fire sand. He spoke of a group of fleshlings who slay dragons for glory, dragon slayers. They live far in the south, in the land of the hunters called Kurthus. Do you know of them? He said these dragon slayers use cannons much like ours, but bigger, much bigger. Bigger cannons must mean lots of fire sand, yes? Will you come with me to speak of them? Thank you. This will be a long journey for me, very long. I must prepare. Let us meet at the edge of the forest.
Meow, 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 meow. I think I didn't finish one of these. Oh, I was supposed to talk to this guy. Oh wait, he's gonna put me on the mount. Whoops. I didn't finish this quest. I done goofed it up. I only did 2 out of 3 of the dailies. So I look out on the map and just look out for... Well, first I normally look around town and look for arrow icons on people. Then I look around the map and look for all the orange circles and try to do them. But in this case, that area is so full of exclamation points that it's hard to spot the quest along the way. I'm guessing I'm supposed to do something here.
Wow!
Then just do it again right next to that spot. I like the weird dragonfly mount thing with the weird shell for some reason. So I guess they have a bug problem. I'm not even really reading the dialogue on the dailies because they repeat a lot and so on. But I like that even when you're playing them, you can get the basic gist of it. Like you're going around and helping build this this colony, but in particular, this set of side quests has you constantly interacting with this nearby settlement because that was like how this all started. It was like the relationship between these two groups is like built into the whole thing. All right. So that's the third daily quest that I forgot to do. And I'll get 3 more after this one. But back to the actual story.
I am nervous, Master. I have never traveled beyond the borders of the hunter's camp. What awaits us to the south?
Dragons. There be dragons here. The actual thing people said to threaten people into not going in directions. That.
These whispers, the One Mind.
Sup? I'm the One Mind. Perimeter fire drone makes you sound like you're a freaking fire alarm system.
Forgive me, Master. My head aches. They drown out my own thoughts. I lose the will to move. No, it is no excuse. All adventurers must face many trials. This is my own to overcome. We must press on to Kurthus.
If you get out of range of the One Mind, then that'll be easier, right? He's probably right behind this portal, if I were to guess. Probably teleporting is probably counterproductive.
What a beautiful land. Everything looks so clean, but my body shivers as if I had fallen in a river. To feel cold all the time. What an unpleasant feeling. Yes, most unpleasant. Let us hurry and find the leader of these dragon slayers.
Swoop. Oh, I can't fly here. It's one of the two regions where I have to still do it. What the? Oh, he's just like a golem made of icicles. I thought there was a dude with like kind of rad armor. Okay, this music feels less well placed when I'm not flying. Kind of thought this was like the flying theme, but now I'm just hearing it on the ground and it's less cool. It's my winter wonderland song. Here we are. You get here eventually. We're here for Jantalo. There are some other faction or some other unlocked things going on around here. An apprentice? Well, well. So where is this aspiring adventurer? Sup? It's me. By the fury, an enormous armed crab. I knew this day would come. 'Tis my reckoning for the many nights I buttered and supped upon its kin. No matter, I have no regrets.
What a strange greeting. I am the Vath, Deftarm, an adventurer who will perform any task you require, but I request fire sand as my reward.
I must be dreaming, a talking crab, and one requesting fire sand at that. You speak as if we have aught to spare. Yet if this is a waking dream, then I might as well entertain this crab's offer. Slay the lesser dragons which plague our camp at present, and fire sand you shall have. There's little glory for us in slaying such frail fiends. Yet you, as a greenhorn, might find it a suitable challenge.
But I have never killed a dragon before, even a small one.
You said you would perform any task, did you not? I give you my conditions. Go on, rid us of the dragon nuisance.
How about a bundle of sapling branches for arrow shafts instead? Surely you are in need of quality arrows to take care of your foes yourself.
We have no need for primitive sticks when we can produce the finest arrows from Ishgard. If you will not do as bade, then I have no use for you.
What should I do? I cannot kill a dragon. I could not even face the One Mind. Perhaps I cannot be useful after all.
That's not... Stop being dramatic. That's not true.
But he asks an impossible task. How is one of my size able to rid his camp of an entire horde of... But of course, killing the dragons is beyond my skills, but driving them away is the Vath's specialty. Master, I have a plan. Could I ask you to prepare a fire outside of the camp? I will return once I have found the herbs I need.
He's gonna make some kind of nightmare stink bomb mess. Herbs for burning. I have heard tales of smoke screens used to keep dragons at bay, but never seen it done before. I suppose you will need some firewood. I just had that in my hands already, obviously. Oh, he's also got one of those quests. These people are just full of plus quests that do something. Oops. It took so many attempts. Okay, there we go. Maybe it was already casting and I didn't see it yet. They even put little rocks down and everything, but the surrounding ice is gonna just stubbornly stick around. Our scouts have spotted a group of lesser dragons approaching from beyond the ridge. Now then, where is that apprentice of yours?
I found them. I found them. set these withered herbs ablaze. It will create a thick smoke that offends the senses of dragons nearby. They will have no choice but to retreat.
You've never seen a dragon before, but you know how to repel them?
This had better work. If I find you have wasted my time, I shall be most displeased.
How distant are these things from each other that he's never seen a dragon and you've never seen a Vath?
See for yourself.
It's just how little adventuring non-adventurers do, I guess. They don't even take a look. Ah, yes. Carcinogens. Oh, those are dragons? I thought they were bugs. Thank you for the very well-timed display of showing up for exactly that. I think the Vath could have taken those. Those were very tiny.
By the fury, it does work. The little bastards flitted away with their tails between their legs.
Did they have legs?
My apologies for doubting you, adventurer. We shall take as many herbs as you can offer, and you will receive due compensation, of course. Fire sand, was it? Yes, oh yes, it is my pleasure to serve. If you have other tasks for us, please send word to our guild in the west. You have a guild! Excellent, excellent. If it means the convictors will be spared their time to concentrate on the larger threats at hand, you can count on our patronage.
It'd be a cool detail if you saw green fires around this region after this quest, like just forever. It'd be really cool in general just to have an MMO where the environment keeps changing because of the things you're doing. It's like a sort of progress thing. Like, aha, new technology from these cultures interacting, which is actually a pretty neat piece of little story bit.
I am glad I did not give up, although it felt like slaying the dragons would be less work. My legs grew so cold in the snow I feared they might freeze and snap. Let us return home. I must speak to the storyteller about our new client.
You might have to use the fire sand on yourself at this point, huh? Okay, at least I can teleport back. Took a while to get here. I need to unlock flying in these last couple of places. I've got it, yeah, these two places still need to have it done. It's so disheartening to get to a place and not be able to fly when you're used to it most of the time, because I have it in all three of the places that have the dailies. Dong 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 dong. I wonder if their reputation stores have anything I want. I've been slowly getting an entire, not even slowly, I'm more or less done. I've been getting like a full like level 60 crafting set from the Mughals, from their currency, which was nice because I didn't want to get it myself. But I already have armor for my combat dude.
The Deftarm? He has not returned to the colony yet. He was not with you.
No, I teleported here and flew like a dick. Oh, what is he, right out here or something? Is he locked out? There he is. Are you afraid to come back in for some reason?
Forgive me, my lateness, master. I was unsure of the path.
Did something happen? I wonder if him being an adventurer and separating from his crew might be making him susceptible to the One Mind. Because they hinted at that at the beginning of the mission. What's... Vath Deftarm. Okay. Okay, so I don't want to accidentally turn in a daily quest and then lose the rep.
We have secured much fire sand for our cannons. Much fire sand. The colony's defense will be guaranteed as long as we maintain relations with the Dragon Slayers. How vast this world is. And I am hungry to see more of it. But for now, the guild needs tending. Our clients have many tasks for us. Until next time, master.
That's a shiny big gun. It almost looks out of place. Why is that there? Chocobo. Oh no! The convictors are now clients of the Adventurers Guild. Oh, does that mean I'm gonna start getting daily quests that send me all the way to that other region? I definitely need to get that thing up. The non-mind. Now we're trusted. Now I can turn this one in. And then pick up these 3. Capping me out for the day. The perfect ratio is to hit the next tier of reputation for only 1 rep per day. There's 3 factions that give you 3 quests per day, and then if you go up a rank, you get 3 more quests, and you're capped at 12 per day. So if you're really lucky, you get to days like today where only one of them went up a rank. And that's gonna happen tomorrow with the Mughals. They're gonna go up and nobody else will. The Vanu Vanu will stop right at 700. And then the next day, it'll happen with the Vanu Vanu. So I'm actually I'm gonna have maximum efficiency for these 3 days, where I'm gonna do 12 quests per day with these 3 factions. If I had chosen to get a 4th faction started from like a Realm Reborn or something, I would be making very little progress because of how often you end up actually doing 12 quests. Oh, currency exchanges for like conversion. Let's see. What do you sell? Oh, you sell like materials, don't you? Ishal greens. What does it actually do? It just says it has duration. Like, I guess you just feed it to your chocobo for something? I don't actually... Increases your chocobo companion's attack potency. Right, can't you, like, have a chocobo fight alongside you or something? I think that might even be the feisty chocobo side quest that's been in the top corner of my screen for, I think, the majority of this playthrough. It's like the next unlock they recommend doing or whatever. I've just not done it this whole time. But like, the game's never... I never need help. But like, I'm always playing with a group. Or in cases like this, I'm playing like low-level content. Maybe one day. Maybe when I'm done with these factions, I might have like a side quest marathon. Or just take a break because this is a lot of extra videos to do on top of everything else. The progress maker continues to make progress. Vanu's up to respected. The Vath are about to be. And since we get more rep per quest, I think Vath are gonna beat Vanu to the next tier, whatever that's called. Ow, that was loud. I have this game too loud. Thank you for reminding me, random droid monster. That.
Well met, Master. Look how the Adventurer Guild has grown. Our roster is filled with eager Vath, and our clients demand much more of us. Your contribution has been most welcome indeed. Though we no longer suffer from hunger, our safety is not yet guaranteed.
Safety not guaranteed. Oh, I haven't seen the movie for ages. I need to watch the movie again.
The muskets have been stolen from the Nath have become unreliable. They rust and break easily. What kind of adventurer fights with such poor weapons? Our hive is young. We lack proper metalworks to forge better muskets. The Vath, with such purpose, have been hard at work securing proper resources, but it will take a long time. Too long. In the meantime, we must do in our ways. I think I can just, yeah, I can just move this around, and I think it was like off center. I wish I could make it bigger. You can just kind of move it around and be like, you live there now, which is kind of iffy because there's like cutscenes that are choreographed. Maybe it's always in the same place during those. I thought to ask Jan a lot, but he admitted he is not well versed in musket making. He spoke of the Goblins, said they know a great deal about metalworks, but he said that they are constant travelers with no true home. It is difficult to discern that they will pass the Forelands. Idyllshire, a goblin settlement in the hinterlands? How fortunate you would know such a place. Master, surely you can introduce me. What excitement I feel, knowing I can travel on another journey. I am itching at the chance. I will prepare right now. Polish my musket, clean my mandibles. Meet me at the border in the west, guarded by the stone door, beyond the domain of dragons.
I kind of find myself wanting there to be like an Idyllshire beast tribe, Goblins, quest chain. But I guess that was the raid. Yeah, it only featured like a couple of them for the most part. But yeah, I guess that was the Gabu quest chain. Was the Alexander raid? In which case we spent like months on that. It's been a bit. Like we're just now getting back to the story, the main story, after the original Heavensward launch. But because we went on tangents for Alexander and the Sky Pirate raid and Manderville. I figure we should probably wait till later for the next part of Manderville, so we don't keep taking longer. This doesn't count. This affects like these videos get slotted into the release schedule of the videos, but the biggest determination of the rate of the series is our recording schedule, which is based on absences and stuff like that. And this doesn't. These I'm not recording these on Sundays and as a replacement or anything. These are just kind of everywhere. Although maybe I will sometimes record like a side quest chain or something if I'm not the one that's unavailable on a Sunday. I don't know.
Kenai said the goblins are not like man. Could they be likened to dragons, I wonder? With gnashing teeth, then. Master, they come.
It'd have to be something that I probably wouldn't play with the group. Like it couldn't be a Manderville storyline. Those are worth everyone being around for. But how do you prioritize content that you don't know the contents of? Yo, what are the best side quest stories, but like a tier below the ones that I'd want to play with my friends? Such a weird specific request.
Their voices were toneless but alluring. They repeated their message over and over. Halt your travels. Why did they try to interfere? It frustrates me, but I will not let them win. I will keep on to the Interlands.
There's gonna be some kind of outcome here. So this is specifically becoming a quest chain about leaving that region because it has an effect on him. Speaking of Alexander, I guess that not really a speaking of. We talked about Alexander because we were talking about the Gabu. But what does it mean for the hive people to go and leave? Are there genuine consequences he should be worried about, or is it just like instinct screaming not to leave where all the other people are?
Master, allow me to explain. He came out of nowhere and attacked with a knife. I had no choice but to shoot.
The robot? Or... Oh, shit, a Gabu. Oh, is it one of the bad guys at least? Oh, it is. Okay.
Illuminati. He was not from Goblet Settlement we seek? Somehow I am relieved. His savageness reminded me of the One Mind. I was worried all goblins were like him. I was taken aback by his face. It was so... No, never mind. Perhaps it is best not to say.
You're having some trouble meeting new people?
I was attacked by one of them and instantly feared that I might have to make a racist assumption about all goblins.
Oh no! Not the best response, actually. Oh, we're just going straight into Idyllshire? I could just skip there. If I can find it. Dun dun. There it is. There's like a recent... You can't favorite things exactly, which is weird. I don't know what's going on with the teleportation in this game, but you can go to history. Whenever you click on something, you can press X and then go save to history. And so this tab is your most recently used teleportation spots, but then all the pinned ones are on top, so you can pin stuff. So I have Golden Saucer, and I have these 3 specific places that my dailies are at, so I keep track of them without having to like remember and find them all the time. But there is a favorites tab, which is the star, and it's empty, and I don't know how to add things to it, because when I click on things, it just says open. It just says save to history. So what is a favorite then? It's weird. It's very strange. I'm gonna slow fix.
Behind you, Uplander. Massive, crawly bug armed with deadly weapon.
Sup?
Not crawly bug, but walkie bug. Seeks Gobby metalworkings? Happy to oblige we are, but Slowfix is not the Gobby with whom Uplander should trade tongue flaps. Seek dry docks. Dry docks? What purpose does one have with a name like that?
Oh, they're having trouble with the fact that people have names like that. I mean, my name is just Zev. What I'm curious about is whether or not the dialogue moves during cutscenes. It does not. Okay, so it's always centered here. It's a little hard to recenter once you move it a little bit during gameplay. I usually play with the controller, but when I was just dealing with like the scratch tokens, those little scratch tickets at Golden Saucer on my daily login when I was getting those cosmetics out of the way, it just like I would just click on it sometimes because it was easier than using a mouse. If I was just logging in for a second, I didn't need to bother turning on a controller. I just would quickly log in, click on the parts of the ticket I wanted to use, and then click out, and then click the dialogue. And then sometimes I'd click on the dialogue and I'd slightly move the mouse while I was clicking, and it would move the whole window. And I'm like, ah, fuck! It'll never be in the right spot again.
Uplander needs hand lending. Dry Docks never tires of giving out busy tasks. Ah, a walkie bug. It has been many years since Dry Dock saw your kind. I call myself Vath Deftarm. I am an Uplander. I am an adventurer, just like Master. You have met walkie bugs like me before? Before founding free nation of Idyllshire, Gobby flock traveled far and wide. When Dry Docks was small, Gobby walkie bugs wielded boomsticks attacked our tent ring. I see. It must have been one mind who attacked you, but I mean no harm. I come to befriend the goblins. But I did not expect you to be such strange-looking creatures. Did Dry Dock's ear catch walkie bug right? Cannot tell skull from city parts. And he says Gobbies looks strange. Cannot tell skull from city parts. Couldn't tell your face from your ass. My apologies, I did not mean to be rude. Slowfix tells me you can make muskets, very good muskets. Muskets are what I seek, like this one. Walkie Bug wants boomstick like this one. Even baby Gobby with blindy fold can craft better boomstick. For Jingly Shine, Dry Docks will build best boomstick. Gives word bond. I fucking love the way that these characters talk. Blindy fold, jiggly shine, crafty build, word bond. Jiggly shine? I know not what this is, so I do not have any. I can offer my services in exchange for boomsticks. No, jingly shine. So Walkie Bug wants boomsticks as quest prize. Very well, collector's quarters full of debris. If Deftarm wants boomsticks, Deftarm must go and clear away. Why do we even have human characters? Let's just have these factions interact all the time, and that's the story of Final Fantasy XIV. I decline. Clearing away rocks is no duty for an adventurer. Adventurers fight monsters, procure items of great worth. I have news for you about what I've been doing for these three factions, Vath, for the last couple weeks. It's not clearing boulders. You're about to get slapped. Oh yeah! Go and pick up the damn rocks. I've had far worse requests than this, you know. I'm glad that my character's on the same channel that I'm on. Is adventuring not supposed to be glorious? I thought it was supposed to be glorious.
I've got bad news for you about MMOs.
But you were right, Master. I was fortunate to have been given a task to perform. Clearing rocks is a worthwhile duty. Uplander, can dry docks trust you with check work? Make certain that Walkie Bug clears Collector's Quarter with fastness.
It's really... Can I trust you with check work? It's easy to tell what everything they're saying means, but there's like a second of like, hang on a minute, what? Oh, okay. Where the hell did he go? Alright, this whole zone doesn't have teleport spots. And also I can't fly in here. That guy's got a panda bear. I just got off my mount for no reason. And then I moved while trying to summon a new one. Here's my bear. It's the one that everyone's got. I did events that everyone did. I can fly! I can fly in every region but one now, because that one requires doing a dungeon, and I figure I should do that with the group. I don't want to solo commentate over a solo just doing a dungeon with randos.
If Master has done simple tasks like these on his own, I can do it too.
That looks improbable for you to move. You might need like a crane.
It's no use. It won't budge. And my arms are tired. Perhaps a snack will rejuvenate me.
Like Grishel Greens.
Drydox grows impatient and comes to check work. What is this stinky sweet smell? It makes Drydox's belly do whirly turns. These are Naka eggs, succulent and juicy they are. Would you like one? Yes, but first Drydox must remove mask. No sneaky peekers.
What do you look like? What do you look like? Let me see. I want to know what you... Oh, I put it back on. I want to know what they look like.
Tasty fresh, like party and mount with old Gobby Flock invited. More stink eggs. Perhaps we can alter the deal. If you craft boomsticks and metalworks for Vath, I shall bring you more Nanka eggs. Mountains of Nanka eggs.
little dance.
What a relief that goblins enjoy the same taste as we. Let us return to Storyteller right away and make final arrangements.
We've been having an adventure, haven't we? Here we are.
The Deftarm is not here. Did you not see him on main road? This boat's ill. He acts strange lately. We worry he may have strayed to heed whispers of the One Mind. Be wary of the Deftarm, Hunter. Our connection to the One Mind has been sundered, but all Vath have a lingering link to the One Mind. Some have a stronger link than others. You must have seen his struggle with the whispers as we have. The One Mind's thoughts against his. It is like 100 voices humming in unison. He is overwhelmed and cannot act. To be truly freed of all threat of One Mind, his sense of self must be powerful enough to overcome their whispers. If he doubts his purpose, the link may grow stronger. He will forget himself and return to Loth Asknoth. But we cannot let that happen. He is our brother. He is Vath. The One Mind must be beckoning him towards their hive. He cannot have gotten far. Great Hunter, you must bring him back to his senses.
Yeah, there's something going on here. You would think that being an adventurer would like be even more individualistic, and he'd be like the most immune of all of them. But what if he might still be continually questioning his own purpose, because he's still learning how to even do this in the first place. Like he had to confront the idea that being an adventurer wasn't what he expected today. I really need to fucking chaperone him on the way back from these trips. I go with him on the way in, and then on the way out, I'm like, deuces, I'll see you back at camp. Oh, he's not here. I have to talk to him. Oops.
Deftarm.
Aw.
Yes, that is who I am, the Vath Deftarm. I am an adventurer. But what am I doing so far from the colony? I shall hurry back at once.
Yeah, can we start chaperoning him on the way back from these trips until he has a strong connection? This is an unnecessary, probably plot convenient risk we're taking. Part of me almost thinks rule of threes. Next tier is the last one, because it's like his third time getting lost, and then maybe we resolve it in some way. Or it ends tragically, oh my god. But yeah, I have no idea what the maximum reputation is.
I spoke with Storyteller. He explained what is happening to me. About why I lose my way. About why I struggle to find one mind. I am sorry for staying silent, Master. I thought I could overcome this on my own. I thought if I declared my purpose, the voices of one mind would vanish. Instead, they have grown louder. Oh, my mind. It's full of questions, heavy questions. I fear many things, but I fear losing myself the most. I know. Perhaps the one mind still calls me because my purpose is not strong enough. I must do whatever it takes to become a capable adventurer, accept more tasks on my own, reap more rewards, then the one mind will whisper no longer.
That might not be enough. Those aren't guns, that's armor. And swords. Nothing there is guns. Wait. You might have not been given what you thought. Still, it's cool they're all getting connected. Like, we have this little Vath tribe that's... We're changing the face of this world, essentially, this whole region. Everything's connected differently now. It's kind of a cool detail. Even if it'll probably not come out outside the context of these things. Alright, this is one of the quests you don't finish yet, because you gotta go do a delivery. But then I'll pick up round 2 of quests. Once these are all turned in. He like mulches it up. You bring him fruit, and then he like chews it up like a bird. And then you go deliver it elsewhere. Oh, right here. He's here instead of having me go all the way to town and then worry that I'll accidentally click on Alphano. Because the main story is currently in town, and I'm always worried I'm gonna click on it on accident. Let's see. $210. So today I'll end up at 350, I believe, just behind Vanu Vanu. Yeah, I'm gonna pass that. I'm gonna pass Vanu Vanu tomorrow, definitely. The ultimate tragedy hath occurred. I missed one day. Yesterday was Twilight Imperium 4 at a place like an hour and a half away, and the game was 12 hours long. So I basically woke up, drove there, played Twilight Imperium 4 all day, came in basically last place, then drove home and went to bed, and that was the entire day. So I was not keeping up on my dailies. Which is obviously the biggest priority in life. I think I'm doing 2 story missions today for different factions. Where am I? Who am I? Uh-oh. That's what we were worried about.
Fooled you, Master. What a strange feeling to say that to someone so trusting. Is this what it means to deceive? I feel thrill and guilt at the same time. But fooling aside, I wanted to tell you my thought. A daring thought. I cannot do it without your help. You know our walls are made of clay, yes? They require constant tending. Layers upon layers must be slathered over time. The walls of our hive have not hardened like steel or lost Ast Nath. Thin walls mean thin defenses. We succeed in stealing stockpiles from deep inside Lost Ast Nath until they become aware of our bold ventures. Now we no longer wish to live as their parasites. We must find our own beds. So we listened to the One Mind and followed. They seem to have found other beds of clay in a domain even more dangerous, near the Dragon Tower. Too dangerous for them to take. My thought was, we could try asking the dragons for permission to extract this clay ourselves. This thought was too daring, much too daring. I did not consider it at first, knowing the dragons are at war with the Nath. While the non-mind take care to avoid senseless bloodshed, we are not entirely guiltless. Not guiltless, yes, we kill dragons too. Traveling to the Dragon Tower on my own would mean certain death. They would surely take me as an enemy, but I remembered something I heard in my travels. Master, you have spoken to the dragons before, yes? You could escort me to them to ask for permission.
Also, I've killed way more dragons than probably your entire faction combined. Like, wasn't there an entire mission where we, like, stormed a dragon, like, hive or something, or a nest, and, like, killed so many of them?
Should I succeed in my quest, we can wean ourselves from Lost Ast Nath entirely, sustain ourselves. It is worth a try. I will prepare for this daring quest.
He's over here. Don't believe too much in the direction the icon the character walks in. Bum 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 bum.
I do not think any non-mind has come as close to the Dragon Tower as I. Were you not with me, I fear I would soon be dust. And now, to go closer.
Oh, he just went. He's just way in there. Oh, he's going into the place that I use as a waypoint to get to his place every time. That is funny. Oh, he's all the way upstairs. Still higher. Yeah, all the way up where the guy is. Right, there's a hole in this place on one side. I keep forgetting to try to use that. Well met, friend of Eorzea. Thou wish to speak with me. How perplexing. What compelleth thee to bring a Nath before me? A great dragon, merciful dragon, forgive my intrusion. It was I who asked the master for an audience. I am not of the Nath. I am an exile, cast away from the colony. I am Vath. The Vath have no appetite for hostilities near our home. We fear the dragons. I came to entreat, to beseech you for help. Boldly spoken, Vath. What wouldst thou ask of me? I, the Vath Deftarm, only seek to secure clay from the sediment beds in your lands to fortify our walls. Should our walls crumble, the One Mind will surely seize our colony for their own. They could beset your tower with ease. The Nath of the One Mind are a foe to us, just as they are to you, Great Dragon. Will you allow our humble colony to harvest the clay within your domain? The clay is of little worth to us. Be that as it may, I cannot yet grant thy request. Words will not serve as proof. By thy deeds shalt thou demonstrate that thou standest apart from the swarm. Face our enemy. Slay the Nath.
Slay the Nath, but...
Thou art troubled by the thought? Dost thou refuse?
No, great dragon. I shall do as you ask.
He is indeed unlike his kin. Yet how will he fare once forced to confront his fear? If thou art truly friend to him, thou wilt do well to follow and observe. Assist him with his task, if thou must. But be warned, if he slayeth not a single Nath, we will know. Time to do a murder.
Prove yourself by becoming a guy who does a killing on people. That's not distressing at all. Ready to prove your value by taking a life?
It was a life!
Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. I cannot possibly fight the One Mind. What have I gotten myself into?
An adventurer keeps his word.
This is not about being an adventurer. You do not understand how it feels, Master. You are not Vath.
This is not like the other requests. If I do not prove myself, the dragons will devour me.
Oh, I wish to be left alone.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna go do some murder. BRB. I think this is the quest. When you have other icons on the map, it gets harder to tell one from the other. Big stab. Kill two things, get told you killed one thing. I see how it is. I like that those mounts have different themes. Previously, I was only using like 3 mounts, and 2 of them had the same song, and I'm like, oh man. I finally got tired of the, I started cycling in some of the other mounts, because I got tired of the Final Fantasy XV car being so huge. It obscures your view and makes you zoom out. It's just annoying. Pass time by murdering people. Wow, 4. Good job.
Master, I...
Oh.
These whispers, all at once, 100 voices buzzing, buzzing. I cannot move. No, I am myself. I live for my purpose. Begone. I deny you. quiet. So quiet. Could it be? I did it. I subdued the One Mind's power. I have conquered the foe.
Yay, celebratory music over the corpse. The tone of MMOs are weird sometimes.
They will torment me no longer, I am sure of it, Master. My sense of self is strong enough to withstand them. The White Dragon is trusting of Master's word. Perhaps there's enough to allay her suspicions.
Doing dailies in any MMO, there's like a weird tone of realizing like, oh, wait a minute. Some of these just involve gathering things, but a lot of these do involve fighting someone. And you start to realize that like, it's like, there's already so much violence obviously in these games like as a default. But like normally it's in the service of the story and the context of like, this is the big calamity that's happening, we gotta stop it from happening, oh my god. And you still have an alarming body count in the process of doing that, but it's like contextually a bit different. Where's the entrance to this thing? I can never remember where it is, and it's such a big structure. But when you do dailies, there's like a specific strangeness of like, I don't know, the mundanity of your body count. Like you do really, like you're like, wow, I'm hanging out with these cute animal people, LOL, funny times. And then you casually kill off like 5 people when you go over to do that thing over there or something. It's like, I sense a hostile presence. And then guys show up and you kill them and you're like, oh my god. Just over the course of doing one rep grind, you might kill a few hundred people. And it's like, that's weird to think about in the context of whatever, like, I don't know, character growth moment you're giving someone. You're like, oh my god, what am I doing? This is so much. And specifically, they're like the boring quests where you're not paying that much attention, and they even repeat over and over again. So like those people's deaths are incredibly mundane by comparison. And MMOs are a world that runs on blood. So much blood.
Great Dragon, I have done as you asked. I have slain the One Mind with my own musket. Master can testify to it.
There is no need. From atop the tower did we bear witness to thy deed. Thou hast proven thyself and thereby earned the right to harvest clay from our lands.
Great Dragon, the Vath are ever so grateful. Should your kin be in need of assistance, our guild shall come to your aid.
Thine offer shall be remembered, Vath. We desire only peace, and any opportunity to strengthen our bonds would be welcome.
The Vath shall be careful when crossing the stone tower. We will mark ourselves properly and use a single path. This do we swear. Great Dragon, I humbly take my leave of you.
Punk, 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 punk. The stilt legs just tuck, 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 tuck. It's the north side by this fire. I always forget where it was the next time around. Look how close their bases are to each other. The idea that they're not interacting is nuts. But I guess now they will.
Storyteller, what news I have for you. I have secured beds of clay for the colony. I treated with the great white dragon of the stone tower. She gave us consent to take clay from their domain. All of the clay. You treated with the dragons on your own? Ha! Did you hear that, Fleetfoot? We are parasites no more, and establish relationship with dragons besides. Deftarm, you have done it. But how were you able to accomplish such a thing? Why would the great white dragon spare your life? Master has met with the great white dragon before. He introduced me. She was fearsome, with enormous fangs and claws, but generous. Very generous. I completed her trial. I slew the Nath, and their voices vanished. I no longer hear them. Is this true? Did you see him fell the Nath? Did he not succumb to the link? This is auspicious news indeed. To become truly of the non-mind. And you were fortunate to have such a compassionate master with you. Without his gracious guidance, such a valiant mission could have turned into a tragic one. I am overjoyed. Yes, overjoyed. We have such cause to celebrate. Nothing can stand in the way of... Oh. Deftarm? Malignant flesh, scourge of our body. It cannot be. You forget your place. You are ever bound to us, ever bound to the one mind. All are not but vessels to hold our volition. Have you been using Deftarm this entire time? Deformations. Heed well these words. Your existence irritates us. We will suffer it no more. Once, you were inconsequential. Anomalies sure to perish when abandoned to the wilds. This we allowed, but you survived. You came together. You thrived at our expense. Corrupted flesh, sapping us of our strength. We are not without mercy. You will be granted one chance. Return to the colony. Rejoin. Repent. Refuse and be purged. Consider your last decision as Vath. We will not wait much longer. Curse the one mind. Take over my thoughts as he pleases. We will never obey. He means to destroy us. We must not take his words lightly. There are not enough non-mind nor cannons to withstand a full invasion. Their numbers are far too great. Then we have no choice but to flee. Leave the colony behind. We have learned much from our guild. We can survive elsewhere. Do what you will, but we are not leaving Lost at Vath. You cannot mean to stay behind, storyteller. To flee means to live. We will stay. We are the storyteller. Our purpose is to tell our story. Without this sanctuary, there will be no new stories to tell. No storytellers to continue after us. That doesn't make any sense. Without being alive, you can't tell a story. Without Lost at Vath, there will be no non-mind left to feel the joy of individuality as we have. The Overmind will make certain of that. If I abandon the colony, I abandon my true purpose to help all Vath in need. Forgive me, storyteller. I had forgotten who saved me. It would be shameful to ignore others who would share the same fate. Most shameful. All of us yet draw breath because of the colony. We have become too accustomed to our freedom to submit again to the Overmind. We too will stay and fight, to protect our own. So we are to go to war. Is there no other way? No, there must be. I must find it, I must think.
Dragon statue. The dragons of Anix have become clients of the Adventurers Guild. So are they gonna come visit sometimes? Because my trips to deliver quests have gotten shorter because more and more people show up here to receive their stuff, like they come here on their own. Makes me wonder if I'm just gonna see a dragon standing here sometime. And they were the first to become honored. Rank 6. That's a lot of numbers. They're the last ones I started, but they start with a head start ahead. A head start ahead. Yes. It's not a confusing sentence. Like, he just gave me that. Yep. But now I just come over here. And the Convictor shows up here. Because he's from the snow region? I think I don't make deliveries to the nearby encampment anymore, actually. I think it is always basically just somebody's over here. And I don't think they're even for that faction anymore. Like we stopped doing quests for those guys. That is one of the surprises, though, is that as you go through their rep grind, each tier seems to unlock a new group of a new group of dailies as it goes. So the pool of what you're doing from day to day changes. Sometimes it definitely feels like I'm doing the same thing every single day, but a few get slotted in and out as you go.
My beautiful bug boy, I only desire you to be happy. We're there, honored. I feel like we're getting close. I don't know. 6 is a big number.
It's a lot of layers of reputation to get through.
Master, I only wish to help Loth asked Vath. A well-meaning wish, but now it seems it will ruin us. With my travels, I have greatly angered the Overmind. I have brought this misfortune upon our colony. It is my duty to rectify it. I thought long and hard, and there is only one way to avoid war. I will destroy the Overmind himself. Without his guidance, the One Mind will not know what to do. They will grow confused. So confused. They cannot go to war without a leader to command them, yes? So I will give myself up to Loth-asked Nath, willingly, for the Overmind to come out of his nest, to cure me of individuality. In that moment, I will strike. If I submit myself to the One Mind's thoughts, he should not suspect. Should not. Master, when the storyteller spoke of true purpose, it caused me to reconsider my own. Perhaps becoming an adventurer was not my purpose at all. Creating the guild, traveling to distant lands to secure resources, treating with dragons. Perhaps these were to serve a greater purpose, to protect my colony. I will not shirk this duty. My sense of self is strong enough. I will be victorious, as I was at Anix Shrine. Master, I cannot ask you for help this time. The storyteller will have need of you here, at the colony. Should I fail in my task, all of Vath must prepare themselves for war. Forgive me, these are difficult things to say. Very difficult, but I must, so farewell for now.
Meow, 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 meow. Oop. Nope, we're going to the storyteller. So he thinks that he can submit himself to the mind control hive mind and then just, like, come back from that. I'd be concerned that once you submit yourself, it's already too late. Like, you don't have a chance to react again.
You look troubled, Great Hunter. Is there something amiss? The fool, the Overmind, will gladly welcome him into his arms. Even should he strike down the Overmind, it will be for naught. When one falls, another rises, so it has ever been. Great Hunter, we are vulnerable to the Overmind, but his thoughts hold no sway over man. Only you can pursue him.
But storyteller,
Even should we find the Deftarm, there are too many drones in the hive for him to escape. Too many. The Overmind could command them to all strike at once. We must try to reach him before that happens. If the Deftarm enters the hive and is cleansed of his individuality, the One Mind will grow confident. Very confident indeed. His recklessness will only spur them to swifter action. Let us hope there is still time. I will try to summon the others, those who may be willing to help us. Hurry, Great Hunter, to Lost Athnath. Every time he makes a choice, everyone's like, "What? He did what? Stop him!" It's like, if only we would like all talk to each other for a second before we go on adventures. I keep expecting to just do a dungeon, basically, like, gather your adventurers and go just wreck this place, and then that really, so many of the game's problems could be rather boringly just dismantled by just having a raid party pop in and just take care of it real quick. But then the story gone, which I guess maybe raises some problems when that's the primary interactive you have with a lot of the story. So it's just kind of like, it's just arbitrarily applied, I guess. Hi, everybody. I got a new stab. Oh, wait. There we go. I was too far away. You guys are very not strong. Here's the big one. Hi. Hey, Zev, you were supposed to stop him or something, not just let him walk away. You didn't even talk to him. It is done. He is cured. You come in vain, fleshling hunter of gods. Sense of self no longer exists in this one. He is ours once more, one with the many in harmony. Harmony that you could never hope to achieve. Your division breeds chaos, murder, war. You do not understand peace. The Nath, of course, being famously peaceful. Would that you could learn, could link. Our harmony is beyond your kind. All submit to a single thought here. We do not quarrel. But you, fleshling, you sow discord. You nurture deformity. You would murder the many. If you thirst for blood, hunter, then sate it with one of your own. Leave our hive at once. Release the Deftarm. You do not understand. The non-mind's senses of self fester and corrupt the whole. The non-mind threatens the natural order. This one's presence is poison. Anathema. We feel it growing, gnawing, present yet apart, defiant. No longer. It ends. Corrupted flesh must be destroyed before it grows and claims us. We know your strength, warrior. We know your thirst. Grant him his death, or will you let him grant you yours? Remember who you are, Deftarm. Deftarm? What is this? The seams, they tear. Impossible. No. We are the many, and you are one. Even if you stray, you cannot escape. You will obey.
Quick, Deftarm, use your limit break.
You forget that the Vath yet have allies. Powerful allies.
Is everyone gonna yay! Everyone's here.
Give him hell, Deftarm. You're stronger than this. You are an adventurer, are you not? Pull yourself together. Psh. Without Deftarm, who will Dry Docks share stink eggs with? Deftarm. Deftarm. Whose thoughts are these? Silence. Silence. The link, it bends to his voice, to his will. One speaks louder than many. Master? Storyteller? I know you all, and you know me. Yes, I am Vath Deftarm, adventurer and protector of my colony.
Damn!
You. None would dare assault us. None. You know not what you have done. Withdraw.
But the other one's not gonna go with them.
Those who have always followed the will of the Overmind know nothing of other powerful bonds in this world. I have felt a great fear in him, greater than his hate. I believe the One Mind will avoid us for some time. I felt such emptiness, as they feel. There were no shapes, no flavors, no moods. There were no questions, no answers, only a single command, to obey. I could not accept such a world. I was able to regain myself thanks to all of you, but now I feel so exhausted. Let us return home to the guild. Whoop. Easy enough.
Went basically how I figured it would go. Just
got the air jitters.
I don't know what that was. Camera too close to giant mount, but I don't want to zoom out and then back in. I think this is like other games too, where you move slower whenever you land. Flying is physically faster on top of being convenient.
My friends, I cannot thank you enough for coming to my aid. Friends, don't you go thinking it's cause I'm soft, cause I ain't. The hunters have been depending on the steady flow of arrow shafts from your guild. It'd be too much trouble to go back to fetching them ourselves.
Listen, I don't think he's been an individual long enough to process toxic masculinity bullshit, so just be honest, you weirdo. That putrid incense supplied by the guild may make my eyes water, but it keeps the convictory blessedly free of dragons.
Gobby cannot get enough of guild stink eggs. Drydox gets shivery shakes without them.
The shivery shakes? Oh no. He gets... Okay, you guys could have just been like, we're friends. You didn't have to like correct him and be like, we only care about the stuff you give us. Fuck you.
I never realized that the guild had become so important to so many people. Lothast Vath no longer lives as a parasite. Thanks to the Adventurers Guild. Our sustainability is guaranteed as long as there are those willing to accept our help. The One Mind believes we were alone, that we only survived by clinging to each other. That was their conception of a colony. To welcome strangers into the hive is unthinkable to them, and our advantage. Unlike the Overmind, we can forge alliances with others to enrich our colony. They cannot ascertain our strength, and that is cause for them to leave us be. Much cause indeed. The non-mind have much to be thankful for. It seems we have become too useful to those around us. We are sure to repay our wonderful allies' kindness in whichever way we can. Even so, I yearn to experience more, to explore new lands and meet new people. I have learned much from your lessons, but it is time to be my own master. I have burdened you long enough. I know that I have much to learn, and that try as I might, I can never be as strong as you. I must develop my own strengths, and see to the guild and its future adventures, blah 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 blah. And I hope someday to join you. Your pupil will make you proud. Wait for me, master.
Is that the ending? Because it kind of sounds like the ending. Sworn.